on today. I kind of think of this as being a bit of a Savoy cocktail. We've got Marnie with a dash of lemon. But I'm going to hand over to you, Mr. Keith Lemon, because I know you are a magnificent and wonderful fan of this man.
I am a fan. I am a fan of Arnold.
Top fan.
And not just because of his films, but we grew close together whilst we were doing this film. I got cut out of the film. I died right at the beginning. Yeah, he remembers. He shot me. He shot me. Yeah, remember? Yeah. I was traumatised. It was nice though. Yeah. He got me on the cigars. But I don't smoke them anymore because they're bad for your health. But you like a cigar?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the film you
always I think that would be politically correct.
Yeah. But we had fun. Not as much fun as when I was in Jingle All the Way. I got cut out then. Every film I do with Arnie, I get cut out.
You played the baby in Junior.
I was the baby in Junior. Yeah.
It was 20 years ago now.
Yeah, well, I'm a attached now. I'm a full-grown man. I've got hairs everywhere. But yeah, we've had a fun time together, haven't we? And hopefully we'll be doing Sabotage too, because I don't know if any... Three?
Yeah. Well, you've done two already. So this is the third one.
Well, that one was such a blast that I can't even remember that one. It was exhilarating, like a water ride. So a lot like a log flume. Well, that's good, yeah. Yes.
Well, there may be one or two questions from the floor.
I don't know why I'm here. I'll do it.
Do raise your hand if you've got a question. Keith, when did you first start this love affair with Arnold?
We've not had a love affair. Oh, you mean like fandom?
Yeah.
I suppose the term at first, you're a robotical time traveller. You come from the future to the past and you tell that lass, you say, this is what's going to happen, now give me in. And then you get on a motorbike and it's all exciting, that were exciting. Also Predator, when you fight that alien that's got a mouth very much like a woman's, looks like a woman's part, but with teeth. So he opens it up. I've been with some girls but that was exciting. I did a film myself, and on the film, all the crew were just saying classic lines. If it bleeds, we can kill it. That one. It's my favourite one. Favourite line. Yeah.
What did you think about the direction of this one?
Oh, like you mean when I was actually talking seriously before
Yes, when you were talking seriously.
So we were talking seriously about the film. I watched it on Saturday, and it's a bit of a change for Arnold, I think, as it's quite gritty and dark compared to like the Hollywood films where there's always sort of an undertone of fun, like when you fight an alien, it looks like that. There's some jokes in there as well, but this one's very gritty. It's quite gory as a film. Lot of some twists, lots of murders. I enjoyed it, but afterwards I like you have to breathe afterwards, don't you? It's reminded me of. Have you seen a film called Dog Soldiers? Dog Soldiers. I can never say shoulders. Soldiers.
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers. It's a bit like that for its gritty. That's about a werewolf film where army guys are fighting werewolves. You've probably not seen it. I'll lend it to you. You're going to come back to my house afterwards. Yeah. And it's the dark film, isn't it? Yes. It's exciting.
You didn't see this guy's other work, which was End of Watch. Arnold, what about David Ayer? What do you how do you rate him as a director of action movies?
I think he's a very talented man. I think that when you see Training Day, I mean, he's a fantastic writer, and when you see his directing End of Watch, you can see that he likes action, he likes realism, he tries to bring as much the real thing to the screen as possible. It's, I think, a totally different type of a movie than a typical, like you said, Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, when you fight the drug cartel, as a DEA, elite task force, inevitably you get into major war, major killings, payback time, and when you take something from the drug cartel, they will pay you back. And so this is what the movie is about, is this battle between good and evil, but then in the end, you see revenge also crossing the line.
Yeah, revenge.
It's usually about revenge.
That's the undertone for me when I was watching. This is about revenge.
But David did a great job. What I also liked was his insistence on, for us to train with the Los Angeles SWAT team, so that when we get to the set, we really act out the characters really well and know how to handle the weapons. Not that I didn't have a lot of weapons in my life in the different movies, but I mean, you know, DA and the SWAT handles again weapons in a different way, and the way they bridge doors, the way they storm buildings, the way they come through buildings without killing the good guys but killing the bad guys, and all of this. You know, you have to study that, you have to learn that. It's kind of like a ballet, the way they move, and so that's what made it really interesting. Is his insistence for us to practice, to train with them, and to get on the set and be very well prepared.
What's it like when you're acting a dark character? It's a dark character, isn't it?
I played a very good character.
Yeah, but it's dark.
But there's someone, because of his, he deviates from his mission. His mission is to go and infiltrate the cartel and to wipe out the cartel and get rid of the drugs.
Yeah.
But he starts looking for revenge because they have tortured and killed his family.
And sent back
so
to
now he crosses that line. Exactly.
Yeah.
So he becomes kind of like a flawed hero.
Yeah. What's it like playing something like that and then just going home and being normal after you've just been shooting people point blank like that?
You mean as the character?
You know you was like
Arnold.
to be, yes, as Arnold. Being him and then going home and just having a bag of crisps. What's that? How do you get out of that?
The character that play does not go home and turn off.
Yeah.
The character is 24 hours a day consumed about the fact that his family was killed in a drug cartel, and all he wants now is revenge. And he blames his fellow officers that are with him for that. He blames the cartel for it. He blames everyone for it. He just really wants to get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
But as Arnold, when I go home, I don't think about the movie anymore. It's just me. Then I just go and have my workout every night. Go for dinner.
Go on the PlayStation.
No, I rehearse.
Xbox.
I rehearse for the next day.
Right. Okay.
So it's all business.
Yeah, it's just
during
business.
the time of shooting.
Yeah, just business.
Yeah.
It's just business.
Kate, would you like to see what a couple of people in the audience did a chat?
Yeah, him, your Max. You here, what's your question?
My question, Arnold, first of all, congratulations both of you on a wonderful film. My question, Arnold, in recent years, in Last Stand and Sabotage, we've seen a very different side of you, characters that are more vulnerable and more aggressive. And I'm curious if, on your return to acting, is that something you're actively seeking out, and something that, looking to revisiting classic roles like Conan and Terminator, you're especially excited to explore?
No, I don't have a master kind of program. And here's what I want to do now after I've finished with the governorship. I want to go and get more challenging roles. I think that it has something to do with also when you are at a certain age, you maybe, especially coming out of the government job, you see the world a little bit more complex than it really is, you know, or as complex as it is. Therefore, you know, you start getting attracted to characters that are written more complex and that are more multidimensional. And so I'm attracted to those kind of characters now, where maybe 20 years ago wouldn't have been attracted to the very same script. And I think that the whole world 20 years ago was not as intense that drug was as it is today. So when you see something like that, you want to do a movie about the drug. Well, I as governor dealt with the drug issue in California, did the drug cartel in real life. And so it was that story was appealing to me. But also that because I was very kind of like a hero, he was a flawed hero. Someone that himself could not stay just on his mission, but deviated from the mission and go for revenge of his family. To me, all of that and the way David Ayer was kind of writing it, to me that was very appealing, so I picked this particular movie. The next movie, for instance, is Terminator, so that I did not plan either. It's just that you know, they bought the rights that were available for future Terminator movies, and they came to me, and I felt very honored that because everyone else was replaced in the movie, so they felt very honored that they got me back into the movie. I loved that character, you know, playing a machine, and then, you know, at the same time, Universal's studio is coming to me and saying, we want you to play Conan, and And so I said, wow, this is really great to get back to those all the original characters that actually made my career. But again, it's not a plan. It's not that, you know, I tried to do more Conan movies, but the people that owned the rights, I didn't want to do the movies with, right? Because I didn't want to do a Conan movie that was kind of like a half-assed movie. So I wanted to do a Conan movie that is done on the level of A movies, you know, where they put the budget behind it, where they put a great director behind it, because then it can be a successful movie. Then they're talking about about twins who do triplets. So again, this is something that I've chased for 20 years. But yes, you could play Danny DeVito. But so there you have it, right? I mean, you always had triplets there, and it's something, an idea that since we came out with the movie, they could say, no, there's no sequel, there's no sequel, there's no sequel. Then always they call me and they say, when they always talked about a sequel, I think there's a great, but it's a different studio executive now, right? It's a new generation. The old guard is gone. There's new people in there, and so this is basically the way it happens. So I do one project at a time. I don't really have a theme or plan of this or that. And you know, some of those ideas work, some don't work. But I, you know, believe very strongly in those characters and in those movies that they built.
Good question, better answer. You with that microphone and a beard.
Good afternoon, guys. Arnold, it's Ben from Men's Fitness magazine here. There's a great scene early on in the film with you, which I think a lot of your long-time fans